everybody, it's Friday again, and here I am. Can you believe it? I can't. I've had a whirlwind week, all kinds of mayhem, and I didn't know for sure if I was going to get here or not, but I did, and I have a nice project to share with you. Something using the brand new bone beads that have come in. You know, we used to always get them in white, and then you could tea dye them or color them, whatever, you know. But now I'm able to get them colored already, and also able to get them in antique and different, nicer, you know. So I'm going to do something with those, and you might be interested in this. Maybe this will keep you watching. I'm going to do something with this pipe, which is like a rubber pipe. Can you see it? I think maybe this is what they use in a fish tank or something. I don't know. You guys can offer a comment. Comment and tell me. I got it at a hardware store. I was looking for this, and I can't remember where I read about it or what I did or whatever. But anyway, there's some cool stuff you can do with it, and I wanted to share that with you because it'll work with this. So anyway, I guess we might as well just get started, right? So come on over here, and I'll show you what I got. Okay guys, so this cute necklace is what I came up with today. And you might say when you get looking at it, well, you know, Brenda, I would have done this. Or I would have done this. Or this little piece of tube is shorter than this piece of tube. I know there are issues with it, but it's about, in this case, you know, the fine tuning would come later. It's okay for me to show you. I would never try to sell it like this. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you about the issues with it. I'm going to show you how to do this little thing in case you ever want to try it, and the size of beads I use and whatever. And I'm going to show you about this stuff right now, okay? Let me move this out of the way. I just very recently found a resource for this. And it's like a 15, 16 inch length. And these are pretty much the only colors they have. They have one that's all frosted white. I don't know if you would like that or not. But anyway, I will never have to worry about paying tariff on it because I do believe they got it, my supplier, maybe from India a long time ago. And they have gobs of it. So I would just get it from them. And so, you know, no problem. And it's not expensive. Yay. Isn't it wonderful when you find something that's cool and it doesn't cost a lot of money? I mean, I'm on the prowl for that all the time. So anyway, they had this beautiful aqua. It's like matte. I just love it. Ooh, see, can you see it's like almost got a glow like moonstone in it, you know, but it's not moonstone. It's just glass. And then this one has got that earthy look, you know. And it has a little glow too. There's so many things that you could use that for too. So anyway, I did use a little bit of this on my necklace here. And then what I didn't use in this necklace was this. And I have not showed it to you because I don't normally bring product out and share it. But I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start having boxes where we do a haul. It's like it all came into me. And I didn't open it up. I didn't put them on my website yet. I'm just going to share it with you as it comes in. That's always exciting, isn't it? But anyway, these we have. In fact, we just ordered them again because we got cleaned out of them the first time we had them, like real quick. But anyway, now these little curly Q things, they're mine. They got in there. But this is the colored bone beads that we have now. So there's little ones and there's long ones which come in handy too. Just all kinds of stuff. They're really cool. I love them, and they would go so good with that, or with that. So, I mean, you could buy a bag of these bone beads, and one each of this color of glass, probably for 20, 22 bucks, something like that. And the thing is this is coming out Friday this week. Right now, it's this week, the week of, what will Friday be, 15th maybe? Is it 15th? Okay. We have a sale that goes through this Friday and through this weekend where you can get 30% site-wide off anything at bsuboutiques.com. Whoa. And there's no minimum order. So, like, this is a big fat why not? Come over and get some. I'll probably run out, but if I do, I can get more in here really quick. And besides, it's not expensive to begin with, so you don't have to go crying in your beer if you don't get it, because there'll be more back. It's not, I mean, I was amazed at how reasonably I got that. And it's all wire wrapped. We have some little wire wrapped lamp beads that are really cool. Did you see them? And they're like, what, $3.95 a package?
Yeah, you did
some
a steal deal on those.
Stupid price. I mean, stupid, what is this? Stupid cheap. I guess that's how my husband says it. Stupid cheap. Anyway, so you got to come over to the site because there are new things on there. I don't have a lot of new brass stampings now because I'm kind of phasing down on them a little bit because of the cost of them. Now, they're made in the United States, and we're not going to worry about the tariff deal on them either. But the thing is the price of brass and the price of especially plating, and I think some of the plating solutions do come from abroad. It's just jacked up so high that about the only thing I can buy are little connectors and stuff like that, mounts and stuff, which, that's good. That's all good too. But there are some cool pieces over there though, so you better go look at those too, because a lot of them I may not have again. So you're going to want to see what you can do with that. So anyways, let me get these put away and get them out of the way, because I just had to show you. Come on. We have one too that was real popular. It sold out like in 2 days. It's a bone beads, and they're like more kind of like these colors, like tan and dark brown, and there's black, and there's kind of off-white cream, whatever. And they're bone, and they're all different shapes and sizes, and they're really a good quality. So you might want to run over and get some of those, because here's the deal. I will not be getting the bleached white ones that I always used to get, that we always would dye them. I'm not going to be able to get those for a little while because they come from India. And India has a high tariff right now. And till I get those things in here, I'm going to have to pay it. I'm not sure yet if you're going to have to pay tariff on the whole load, including the shipping, or if it's just on the beads. If it's just on the beads, I might be able to swing it. But I'm not going to have those for a while. So anyway, enough of that. All right, who wants to talk about that stuff, right? So anyhow, let me show you how I did these sections and what I think I didn't do so good that needs to be improved. First of all, there's this stuff, this pipe stuff. And I think PVC pipe, maybe that's called. I was thinking maybe it's the stuff you find in fish tanks that hooks up to the little thing that makes bubbles and aerates the water. But anyway, I should have got a bigger size diameter-wise. This is, I don't know. I see my hands are shaking so bad.
You wanted a bigger size?
Probably I should have, this may be 4 or 5 millimeter eyeball in it, and a bigger size would have been better. And I'll show you why. Because I wanted to, see, I cut little pieces of it, and I've got my kitchen shears here, so. You got, the big problem with this stuff is you got to be sure that you cut it real straight and it's the same all the way around. Or if it's high in some spot, then you're going to have to trim it because it'll throw the whole thing off. And that's what happened here, and I'm going to show you on my piece.
Cut 2 pieces.
You want me to cut another piece? Javi's telling me now. You should.
Yeah,
cut
then
them.
you can have them even, I guess.
Yeah, and you can make earrings too. But that's why I wish they were bigger, because I just think that it would be better. Now, if you can get glass tubes, so much the better. But I think it's kind of cool to use unusual things that maybe you find in a hardware store. Did you ever spend an afternoon in a hardware store just looking at the copper washers and all that kind of stuff? You can get all kinds of ideas in there on those little bitsy parts they have. So that's a little bit off. Now see, sometimes though you go to fix it and all you do is wreck it. But I'm going to do my best not to wreck it. Yeah, I wrecked it. It's still high right there, but I think we'll get away with it. And you might be saying, looking at, well, that's okay, Brenda, because I'm never going to do that. Fine. You don't have to. I just thought it was interesting. It's interesting to try something like this, and it doesn't cost anything, so why not, right? this is the experimentation of things. You have to be willing to experiment, because that's how you find the great new ideas. The happy accidents, that's how they happen. Okay, so now I do not, of course, have any brass eye pins, so I have to make these long head pins that I had in my own stash work. And how I do that is very simple. You guys already know this, but I'm going to just show it in case you don't. There's the head pin. I'm not going to need the head pin because I'm going to loop both ends to make this into a connector. So I'm just going to take that off, okay? So that's all. So I'm going to take it off a couple of them. And you might say, oh, that's a waste of a good head pin. Well, no, it's not. Not if you make a double-ended eye pin out of it and put to use that way. So, and it's hard to find brass wire this color, like a good brass ox color. Like they have that vintage brass, but it's glossy. Have you seen that? Beadsmith has it, and I think Artistic Wear too. They actually have like a gunmetal. They call it gunmetal. It's not gunmetal at all. In Artistic Wear. This is Artistic Wear. And if you get that, that is your best match to this. The Artistic Wear GM, the color for that. We sometimes have it too. I try to have it. But the Beadsmith, in a brown is like, it's just, I want that matte look, so it's hard to get that. But anyways, so I got two of them there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to loop the one. And I won't get anything perfect, let me tell you today, because like I told you, my week has just been whack. So you're going to have to bear with me a little bit. But I'll get it. And my loops are not perfect like Javi. She's Miss Perfecto. I wish I were, but they're not.
It's pretty good so far.
Well, yeah, but my thing is when I get to wrapping it, I sometimes don't get what I want from it. I have to go slow. Slowly, slowly I turn, step by step, inch by inch. Where does that come from? Who knows? Slowly I turn, step by step, inch by inch,
Yeah.
Three Stooges. Larry, Curly, and Moe. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do know who they are?
Yeah,
okay.
but I didn't remember.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
No,
Because, they're from way back there.
I do know.
Yeah. I think they're still on once in a while. Once in a while.
They make new ones all the time.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Did they like do a remake of them? Who played Moe, do you know?
I don't know. They got actors to play it.
Yeah, I know, but I wonder if they're known ones. I bet they were, because it'd be more funny. It'd be more funny. It'd be funnier. I shouldn't say more funny.
I've seen one of them.
It'd be funnier. Okay, this is a really poor example of looping. This loop should have gone like 3 or 4 loops along, and I only want to go around a little bit, so I'm gonna have to kind of crimp it in. This is gonna look awful, but I think I can compensate. Let's see. All right, so. So now what I got to do is I got to put, oops, come here. No, don't throw it across the floor. Okay, so now I got to put some little stuff on here. So I'm going to use a few of these, I've had these in my stash for a while. They're Aqua Terra Jasper. I just love this size. It just works out great. And then I found, this is interesting. I found this bag of, are they Trocus? I'm not sure. But anyway, they're natural shell. And I don't have them on the site because I just discovered them in my own stuff. But I will put some on the site. But they're all drilled.
Ooh.
So you see what you can do. You got this little tail here is still on here, so you got to get that off. So I just take my snippers and try to get it off the best I can. Then it's still going to be a little rough there. So what you'd want to do maybe is when you're done, get your big paddle file that you use for your nails, and you can trim that right up. So anyways, I'm gonna put this one on first, and this one I'm sure is just not going to come out really good. If I go slow usually when I make stuff like this, so when I'm putting together fast, I'm showing you the idea. So don't come down too hard at me for it being not so hot. Because that's what you need is the idea. So I've got a bone disc, I got an aquaterra disc, and I got this shell thing. So that's on there. Now I want to take one of my little things and I want to put that on there. Now the reason why I would have liked to seen this be, and it's curved too because of the thing, so it might be good if you like stretch it out the other way a little bit. Okay, so anyways, put that on. I would have liked to have a little bit bigger diameter because then I could have put stuff down in there. I probably still could, but it'd have to be so itty bitty like micro beads. Like micro beads or something. So anyway, that's an idea for you. You can do that. But I would say, I don't carry this pipe or I don't know, tubing or whatever. But if you go to a hardware store to get it, I would say get it twice this diameter. This is 4 or 5 diameter. I would say get 8 or 10 and play with that. Okay, so now I'm gonna do another like washer type bead. And this is where I have to kind of search so that I find one, you know, the right size. So I put on this one. That's a little bit big too. I did pretty good on my other ones, getting them all, you know, the same size. But you know, you can only do so much of that. And then, you know, you run out of that. And this is the other thing with the bone beads, a lot of times you have to search through them a little bit. But I was gonna do something today with the abacus beads that my friend Dara gave me some ideas, and I used to do something like that, but I just hadn't for a long time. And she did something that made me remember it, and so I thought, yeah, that would be good because you go different ways with it. And I have the
You can do it.
That's the spacer beads that have all the holes through. Used to be when you buy bones beads for me, you'd have to buy 2 or 3 packs of them to get enough out of them because they were random, you know, everything random. I could buy just the abacus beads, and they're the bone white, so you can dye them any color you want, any color at all. See, this is just dismal. I'm gonna have to work on that, but you're gonna get the idea. And you're going to probably say, I would not do that. Or you might say, well, that's all right, Brenda, but I can see how I can make it better. Well, that's fine. If you want to, if you can make it better, share it with me if you want to. I would love to hear from you. I would love to get any comments you want to make on this video. I've been really having a good time with the lecture, I don't know what to call them. Lecture type discussion videos that I've done. I did one last Friday on when somebody copies your work, and it was interesting to see what people wrote in to say, and I had a good time responding to all of them. This is just not wrapping right at all. It looks like kindergarten. But anyway, you'll do a better job. This is just for the idea, guys. Okay, so you can see I got this a little bit too tight. So I'm going to see if I can't stretch it out just a little bit. You know, when I look at this, I'm thinking like this would be good as using a base to like wire wrap it and have some dimension on it. I don't know. Maybe it's just not quite working yet, but I liked how it looked in this. I mean, this is the finished necklace. I liked how it looked in it, but you have to be careful when you do it. I've only got 3 on here. But you have to be careful when you do it that they're all the same, because this one, see, is shorter than this one. So, I mean, there's some stuff you have to do to develop your technique. And I was just monkeying around this morning because I wanted to get something done for you guys. So, you know, this kind of looks dismal. You know, I would not put this piece in I would not put this piece in a piece of jewelry. It's too goofed up. I would take it apart and redo it. But just for the sake of showing you the idea, I went on with it because these wraps are horrible. But anyway, you know, yeah, getting a little bit bigger and putting something in there, I think that's the idea. But so what I did is I took one and I used it for the middle part when I was putting it all together. And I took these big, I think they're 12 millimeter brass ox brass jumps. And I'm not sure if we have them at the site or not. I know we have some, but I'm not sure if they're brass ox. I have to get them again. But anyway, I just threaded them over to have something for motion. you know. And then I put this nice jasper pendant on it. I thought it looked good. And then I just did bone beads and shell. You know, these are so cool, these little beads here, because they're shells and they've been cut off and they've been drilled, and they just make bead caps out of them. That's why I have Diane put some on the website. She's coming in tomorrow, so I'm going to have her do that. So maybe you can get some if you want them, you know, if you want them. But that's what I did. And this is about, I didn't bring my ruler out here, but it's probably 19, 20 inches, I'm going to say. Just eyeballing it. For me, if I was to make it again, or I could, you know, I'll fix this up so I can just do it. I would probably take this much out because it looks better on me if it's shorter. But this could be perfect for you. You just have to see, you know, what's going to be best. And then too, you know, there's another thing I think we could have a discussion video about is like knowing your customer. You know, one of the best ways to get to know your customers is if you do shows. Because then you're going out to the people and you can talk to them, right? And they'll tell you, and you'll see how many people ask you, can you fix this so it's shorter? Can you fix this so it's longer? And pretty soon you'll know what the median size is for you to make for your shows, and you'll just go ahead and make them like that. And most of them are going to work for people. You can put an extender on if you want. You could take a piece out, take a link out. But you know, when you offer that service to people, that makes them want to come back to you again and again, especially if you can find a way just to throw that into the cost of it, if you're able to. Just do that for them. And anyway, so that was my idea. So I have my idea strung up there, and you could see, you know, what I was thinking about. But I just wanted to do something with these new pieces coming in to show you, and I wanted to try this stuff here. But I don't know, I wish it was a little bit more rigid, and I wish it was at least 8 millimeter. See, you only know that stuff by working with it, right? Sometimes you look at it, oh yeah, you go buy it, and you come home and you start messing around with it, and you're like, oh, I don't like this. I need it to be bigger, I need it to be this, I need it to be that. Perfect would be is if you could get little glass tubes. That would be awesome. I'm gonna have to look into that because I think you can someplace. I think I've seen them, and if I can, I'm getting them. Believe me, I'm getting them. Always looking for that unusual thing, you know, so that you can make your jewelry different. You know, not necessarily expensive, but different. You know. So anyways, I hope you guys liked that. It maybe gave you some ideas. Maybe you'd say, well, you know, I'm not going to make that, but I sure could use some of that chain and make something out of that. I'm glad I saw that. And then the way she did with these shells here, I'm glad I saw those, you know. And this idea is not bad, but I think I would have to refine it. You might say I would have to refine it or do a little bit differently. And I couldn't agree with you more because this is less than perfect. I would never take this and try to sell it. Okay, so I'm going to let you go for today. The next lecture discussion type video will be the subsequent Friday. I'm trying to do a project video and then do a discussion video, like interspersed, like alternate weeks. And it will probably be about, does Etsy really work? Do you need Etsy and a website? You know, does that freak you out? You have to do all that. You know, if you did get a website, what would that be? Shopify. That's all I have to tell you. Shopify. You want that. We're working on having ours done. Javi's going to have it really soon, finally. And, you know, do you want to sell on eBay or do you not? Do you want to sell on Amazon or not? We'll just talk about it, you know, off the cuff. And you can leave your comments too. But that will be next time. So for today, we're talking about this kind of stuff. And please feel free to leave me comments, guys. I love your comments. I answer every single one. Leave me a like. And if you're not subscribed, by all means do that. And if you click the bell, it'll ring whenever I come on here. And once in a while, I do one that's live, and then that's really fun. Next time, if I do an unboxing video, it's going to be live. That'll be fun. Okay, guys, I'm going to take off for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe I gave you a few more ideas today of things that you could do, and I'll have some more next time. Okay? So have a great day. And don't forget, you can get 30% off at Bisou Boutiques if you come this week. So today would be August 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. Monday. I usually extend it to Monday. So come on over. The code is, listen to me now, O1 new sale, like it's all one word, all caps, then 30. We'll put it into the description box so you can see it, okay? Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.